Good evening from Bobblehead Homestead. I am Jeff. Today is Wednesday, 67, sunny, very nice fall day. Good day for me to be outside all day long. Not filming anything though. I do want to film something right now. One of the things that I did is clean out two of my incubators. I've got a rotation of hatching eggs going, and so the baby chicks that just hatched. Now tonight is day 18, so I will be moving some eggs, and this time I have two different types of eggs, and I'll be moving them into two of the smaller incubators for the last 3 days to hatch. That way I can keep the different varieties of chickens that I'm hatching separate while they are hatching, and that helps me out. So clean them out. I figured this is a good opportunity to talk about two of my smaller incubators. First up is this MagicFly mini incubator. This was gifted to me not long after I moved here, and there's the information on it. I have used this multiple times. It does not have an automatic egg turner, so you have to turn the eggs yourself. And it's just the top unit is the electric. This is a sensor right there, that temperature, that tells you the temperature. That is the only information you get from this little incubator is the temperature. So if you want to measure the humidity, you're going to have to get a separate little dealie for that. This is also in Celsius instead of Fahrenheit, so you've got to be able to make that calculation. Very simple. There's this clear tray, and that sits on top of this. This sits on top of the bottom tray. There's also this little piece. This middle section here is your reservoir, and you can fill up the middle section for one humidity level and fill up both sections for so you got really three options: one, the other, or both. And yeah, just a very basic one. This will hold, depends on the size of your eggs, but a dozen. It'll hold a dozen, and then you'll have to rotate them manually every day. So this I will be using for the last 3 days, and that way I don't have to manually rotate them. I put them in another incubator with an automatic turner, and then to hatch them, I'll put them in here the last 3 days. This one was gifted to me recently, and I am really enjoying this. There are several that look exactly like this that I'm pretty certain are made by the same company. But mine is a JANOEL12, JANOEL 12, and it also only tells you the temperature. It does not tell you the humidity level, so you will need a little different dealie for that. This is also in Celsius, so you have to be able to determine your correct temperature. This one does have an automatic turner, and those are the tray. This is you can see that round thing there. This spins around, and that little thing that sticks out goes into the slot right there. So as this turns around, you know, that'll go back and forth and slide back and forth. This is the tray, and these are removable, so if you've got, you know, smaller quail eggs or larger duck eggs, you know, whatever, you can adjust that. And then there are just two bottom trays in here. Okay, this one goes on the bottom. It's got some legs on it, and the bottom is your water reservoir. So you are going to be putting water into the bottom of this, and that will that is your water reservoir for your humidity levels. And so that sits in there, and this just keeps a separation from the water and the eggs. You do not want your eggs sitting in water. And there are little lips right here. You want that pointed up while you are incubating and they are turning. because this that helps this slide easier instead of, you know, going wah, wah, wah. So you want the trays setting up. If you are using the automatic turner, this holds about 9 medium to large eggs. If you're getting extra large eggs, you might only be able to do like 6, but like this one's smaller, so if you match them up with a smaller one with the bigger ones, you can fit 9 in there. If you are using this incubator without the turner in there, and in my case, I'm just going to be hatching the last 3 days, so they no longer need to turn. You could also use it without the turner if you're manually turning it. And I've got, I think, 15 eggs in here. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So this will easily hold 15. The reason why you don't fill it up all the way is because of this egg turner. And this thing is going to continue rotating. Even when you take the tray out, this is going to continue rotate. And so you can see where it lines up over here. If you pack it too tight in there, this will crush the eggs while you're trying to hatch them. So you probably could fit, you know, another 3 in there if you're cautious, and make sure that they don't get crushed by the turner. But yeah, this is a good one that I've had good experience with so far. I will be taking these 2 inside and getting them hooked up and operating. I'll be putting my little gauges in there, and both of them to monitor their humidity and temperature level. And then in the morning, tomorrow will be day 18. In the morning, I will be moving the eggs from another incubator where they're automatically turning, and I can separate the 2 different varieties into these incubators. This one I've used a lot. I think the best success I had was 8 out of 12 eggs hatching in this. But I've hatched a lot of, that was, you know, going from day 1 all the way through, manually rotating the eggs, and the best results I got was 8 out of 12. Other times I've used this where I've done what I've done now, where I've actually incubated the eggs for the first 18 days in another incubator, and then moved them here the last 3 days to hatch. And I've had a lot of success doing that. You know, 7 out of 8, 8 out of 11, you know, 4 out of 6, you know, stuff like that. I've had those results. This one I've only been using a few times. I have not run it all the way through yet. I've mainly been using this one to hatch for the past 3 days. In fact, that's all I've used this one for so far. So I can't comment too much about it from day 1 all the way through the end. But I've gotten very nice hatch rates out of this one for the last 3 days. And I will be, it only holds 9 eggs, and I have the bigger incubators, so I tend to use those and then put them in here to hatch. So still a very good incubator. I've had very nice hatch rates for the last 3 days in this one, and I do like it because this one is very easy to clean. The JANOEL12, very easy to clean. This top part is, you don't want to get this wet, so and it doesn't get very dirty. So you can just a moist towel or rag and just wipe this off. Maybe spray a little bit of bleach on the rag before you wipe this off to help keep it disinfected. But this you do not want to get wet. That's where all the electronics are. But this part you can just take outside, you know, hose it down, a little bit of scrubbing. If you've got some type of brush to get in between the little divots in there, that helps. But otherwise, it's very easy to clean. It's also, you can see through it somewhat while the eggs are hatching, and that's always fun. Same with this one, you can see through it, but when the humidity builds up, you get condensation on the sides, and you can't see through it very well. So if you're in the market for a little incubator, this is the little MagicFly. I wouldn't recommend this one unless you've got other incubators with automatic turners in them. It just makes things so much easier when you have an automatic egg turner. But this one has done well if you just need it to hatch for the last 3 days. This one I would definitely recommend for hatching the last 3 days. I've not tested it, you know, day one all the way through, but it maintains good temperature. It maintains a good humidity level. You've only got one humidity level in that bottom basin, and yeah, it's been a pretty good incubator for me. So the JANOEL12. This also goes by other names, but I'm pretty sure it's by the same manufacturer. And I will leave you with this. All right, just 2 incubators today. That's all I got for you. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the opportunity to use it. Both of these were gifts, so thank you for the gifts, and thanks for all the chicks that I get to hatch in them. Take her easy, everybody.